I'm Jen Schrader, and this is Behind the Springs, conversations with the people working for you in Colorado Springs, Olympic City, USA. Hello, everyone. This spring, our city welcomed a new director of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services. It sounds like a really big job, and it actually is. So luckily, we have someone with more than 25 years of experience in recreation, operations, and public service leadership. Skylar Rorabaugh was most recently the manager of Pikes Peak America's Mountain. So you've heard from him before on our podcast. I think a couple times, Skylar, you've been here. So thanks. Thanks for letting me welcome you back in this new role. And congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So I know this is your least favorite question because I know you pretty well. But I know that residents will want to know a little bit about you. So talk a little bit about yourself before you brag about Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services. Tell our listeners a little bit about yourself, how you got to this position, and just sort of your general feeling about the new job, the new opportunity.
Yeah. Thanks, Jen. So I started my career in small town Western Kansas.
Okay. Is that where you grew up?
Grew up.
Okay.
Yeah. Small town Russell, Kansas, home of Bob Dole and Arlen Specter. That's their claim to fame.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I've driven by there and they have a big sign.
They do.
Yeah. Okay.
You're right off of Interstate 70.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. Started my career, small town, had the opportunity to learn a lot of different things. From taking care of pool operations to sports field operations, a small community center, cemetery operations at that time as well. So it really just kind of provided a good base structure for my career as I moved forward. Completed my undergrad at the same time as I was working full time, and then completed my graduate degree as well during that time frame, and then moved to the Kansas City area. Spent about 7 years in Kansas City. Our children were both born in the Kansas City area, and then we moved to Estes Park.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that was a nice big change. Always wanted to live and, just recreate in the wonderful Rocky Mountains here in the state of Colorado. Just fell in love with vacationing as a kid to the Colorado area. Was fortunate to be the executive director for the Estes Valley Rec and Park District. Learned a lot about natural resources and natural resource land management there. A lot of cultural resource management there. So that really gave me a good base knowledge in being able to move on to the next steps in the career, which was director of campus recreation at University of Colorado, Colorado Springs here in town.
So that's what brought you to Colorado Springs.
That's what brought me to Colorado Springs. Yeah, I had plans on pursuing a doctoral degree, started doing that, and then realized how much time it took away from my family. And so then kind of started navigating the waters on what do I want to do for the next decade or so in my career. And the opportunity for the manager position for Pikes Peak opened up, and kind of got recruited in to that position. Was excited about that opportunity. Spent a little over 4 years doing that, and now I'm in the director position here.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
So probably not the exact path you envisioned, but pretty amazing.
Quite.
Yeah,
definitely.
And so now, I'm sure you're being asked by a lot of people, what are your goals for the parks team? Can you talk about any plans or vision that you have as you're starting this job?
Yeah, I think for me, it's really just learning the history of our Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services system. So I've really been digging into that. I'm very relational. Stakeholder building is really important to me. So spending time understanding who our key players, key stakeholders are within our organization, how we work with them, how they want us to work with them.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, and they're instrumental.
Yeah, the depth and breadth of our system is really amazing. I think it's truly a one-of-a-kind within city parks and recreation systems, U.S.-wide, worldwide, really. The natural resources that we have within our system are just amazing. The people that I work with are amazing as well. So that would be the other part for a priority for me, is just getting to know our team better, getting to know our facilities, our organization much better. So pretty well going on a listening tour of all of our different facilities, structures, programs, services, just really understanding the management piece, the operations piece, and then understanding where we're at with team morale, trying to increase our team morale. And then finally, it's really trying to understand where we can advance our budget.
And you're in the midst of that that meeting with all the teams? And
Yeah, so
okay.
about once, maybe twice a week, I'm trying to make my way around to different facilities or meet with different team members or experience a certain program that we offer. So
Because in today's economy, I know everybody has needs, right? And
yeah,
it's crunch time when it comes to the budget.
certainly is.
And at the same time, we know residents love their parks and open
They do.
spaces and trails and rec programs
hmm
and Pioneers Museum, all the different things you
Yeah,
guys offer. And so it's a lot
it is a
to try
lot.
to maximize,
Yeah.
right, what you have.
hmm
So that's probably one of your biggest challenges, would you say, heading in or?
Yeah, I think just making sure to learn the system well, know that history, be able to make informed decisions, how we work best with stakeholders, and then wrap that strategy around to a vision to move forward with. And the other exciting piece that we have been working on is our park system master plan. And that
Mm.
park system master plan is going to be a guiding document for us for the next decade or more. And so making sure we kind of put a little bit of a pause on the plan for right now and just kind of circling up, learning about all the data that we collected over the last year plus. 'Cause there's a lot of information that we have, putting that together in a way that we can tell a great story about what we do, and then also figure out a way that we can tell that story even better than how we've done it in the past.
hmm And you've received a lot of input on that, and then you'll continue to
hmm
seek input on the master plan.
Yep,
And people have a lot of input. They feel a lot of
there is.
ownership over their parks,
Yeah,
which they should,
they should.
which is there's
Yep.
so much pride,
hmm
which is great.
Yeah.
Do you have, I'm going to put you on the spot, but do you have any favorites? Like, I'm sure it's hard to say, right? It's
Yeah.
like, I know, um, at least one of our previous park directors used to say, like,
mm,
it's like a child, like you can't
Yeah.
pick your favorite, but do you have a favorite park or
hmm
activity or like lesser known program that you would want to highlight for people?
Yeah. Um, I truly enjoy all parks, rec, cultural services, open spaces. I love it all, and I've been a part of
hmm
all of it throughout my career, or I would say the majority of what you would consider, public parks and recreation. Um, I just see value in people enjoying themselves, creating lifelong memories. Like that's what warms my heart the most is seeing people participate in whether it's a volunteer activity that they're wanting to participate in alongside of our staff, make things better for the community, or if it's a program they're watching their child or their grandchild or their niece or their nephew, or maybe it's a child that they're mentoring at the time. Anything, that is bringing that smile to their face. And after you're walking away, you get that opportunity to engage with them after a program or a service, and they're just telling you how happy they are about it.
Because that is a good point. You are offering connection in so
We
many
are,
ways, right? I mean, there
definitely.
is the solitude of going on a solo
Yeah.
hike, and that stuff is wonderful
hmm
too. But so many of your programs offer that connection that really is more important than ever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think even if you are doing that in solitude, that's the way that people enjoy recreating.
hmm
Maybe it is more of a passive way, but
hmm
they're still able to connect. And maybe that's connecting with nature. Maybe that's connecting with one of their favorite activities. But
hmm
we offer, all the above,
Or
right?
disconnecting with all
Or
the
disconnecting.
chaos, yeah,
Yeah.
which is so nice.
Yep.
So we are doing this podcast. We are recording this at a great time as we're kicking off
Mm,
Parks and Recreation month with which is in July. So it's
mm.
the entire month of July that we celebrate Parks and
Yes.
Recreation.
Right.
And we're doing a lot here in Colorado
hmm
Springs. And it's basically, like you said, just to create more opportunities for that
hmm
connection or maybe experience a park or an event that you've never experienced
Yeah.
before. Right? I mean, is that sort of the point of Parks and
Yeah.
Rec Month and to draw
Yeah.
attention to the great work your team does
hmm
as well?
Yeah, and I think July, for the most part, in all parks and rec systems, it's the absolute busiest
So
month.
busy. Yeah.
Right, so it's a great time to celebrate parks and recreation. Get out to your local park or your community center, or your museum or what have you, and just engage, with the
hmm
team members. It's a way to appreciate our staff that work so hard throughout the entire year to be able to provide those programs and services and top-notch facilities, and so we come together as a parks and recreation industry to celebrate it in the month of July.
Right, which is fun and such a busy month, like you said. Before we get into the Parks and Rec Month activities, I wanted also to talk about the 4th of July, which kicks off the
Oh,
month.
yeah.
And that is a big deal this year just because of the commemoration of America's
Mhm.
250 and Colorado's 150. So what's
Yeah.
happening on the 4th?
Yeah, so 4th of July, we have a couple of different events, kind of facilities that are hosting some really cool activities. So
Okay.
up on Pikes Peak, America's Mountain, hosting a sunrise opening. And we'll follow that up with a special performance by the the Texas Children's Choir.
Okay.
So they're
On the
coming
top?
to town, yeah,
Okay. At the summit? Okay.
hmm So they're going to have to figure out how to tune their oxygen
I
early.
was just going to say, yeah.
That'll be a little challenging, I assume, for them. And then for the first time ever, we're offering what we're calling sunset viewings, sunset closings.
Yes, that's new.
Yeah, it is new. So we're going to reopen the gateway an hour after we usually close it to allow people to come up and view the sunset on Pikes Peak. And on July 4th, as you can imagine, hopefully we'll be able to have some fireworks shows in the area, to be able to take that in, I think would be pretty phenomenal.
Amazing.
From that elevation.
I mean, and normally people can't view the sunset from up there. Have you ever
No.
seen one from up there? I assume you have.
I may have seen a few up
Yeah,
there.
just because,
Mhm.
you're working up there.
Yep, absolutely.
But I bet that's beautiful. And I know the
is.
sunrise openings are super popular.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be a big day.
Mm-hmm.
Really big day.
Yep.
And then also a couple of things that you're offering for Parks and Rec Month that I want to go over. Friday, July 17th is Outdoor Movie and Silent Disco. That's at Hillside Community Center. So you were mentioning community centers. If you've never visited one of our community centers, they're amazing. So food trucks, outdoor movie, silent disco. That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah.
We're not allowed to share the title of the movie, I'm told. It's a big
Okay.
surprise.
That's right.
Okay, so you want to know the title of the movie? You have to go.
That's right.
And then Friday, July 24th, Music in the Park, Pinion Valley Park,
Mhm.
which will be really fun. And that one's usually pretty popular.
Yeah.
People bring the lawn chairs out.
Oh, yeah. It's a nice park. Yep.
So that will be a fun one. And I want to remind people, coloradosprings.gov/parks, Park and Rec Month, or follow Colorado Springs Parks on social media. So that's a good way to stay up with everything that's happening. There's a coloring contest. There's a lot of ways for people to get involved of all ages, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's with your family or just yourself, you go on a hike.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of when we have Arts Month every year in Colorado Springs. They always say, try to have one new art experience or cultural service experience in the month of October. And it's similar, right? Is what we want people to do
Absolutely.
during Park and Rec Month. So what are some things that you would suggest? I always tell people to go to the museum, but just because that's something that's little known, right? To some folks, especially who have just moved here. I know we have a new exhibit opening on August 1st at the Colorado Springs Pioneers Museum. So there's so much to do.
There's a lot to do. Another thing that we're pretty proud of and that we worked with Pioneer Museum with, as well as the State Historical Society and the National Registry, is to bring Zebulon Pike's sword, as well as his
the
initial,
notebook. Yes.
notebook of maps up to the summit, as well as some of his military orders, which is part of the collection here at our Pioneers Museum, which is pretty amazing.
And so that will be the summit all through July, correct?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
at
sure.
the summit all the way through August, actually.
Through the early August.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something you don't have to be there on the 4th to see. You can see
Right.
all during the month of July. Do you expect numbers to increase on Pikes Peak because of the 250, 150 celebration?
I just think throughout town it's going to be busy, let alone Pikes Peak. There's just some amazing opportunities. I'm sure Garden of the Gods is going to be really busy. North Cheyenne Canyon, Red Rocks Open Space, a lot of our open spaces. I assume our programs, our facilities, our sports tournaments, things that we're hosting are going to be full and busy. What a great place to come, and visit. Not only for America 250 on July 4th, but then also following up with Colorado 150 on August the 1st. There's just going to be lots to see and do, and hopefully those gas prices stay down so people travel.
I know. Let's keep them down so that everyone can come here, even if it's just from around Colorado or around the region.
Yeah.
We hope that they come and visit. I mean, I feel kind of excited selfishly I just feel proud, that we're in a place with America's Mountain during such a momentous year. It's exciting.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
there's so many things to see and do. I think we're so spoiled with the natural resources that we have here to explore, and just the diversity within the cultural resources that we have, the sports tourism industry that we have, Olympic City, USA. We just have a lot of great things in this region.
It's too bad you're not starting at a busy time.
Right?
You're getting going right when all this is happening.
I get to see us in prime operation, though.
Yeah,
right? So
that's for
I'm
sure.
excited about that.
So anything else you want to tell people in terms of, you know, what you see coming up for the Parks Department, or, you know, any reminders for our folks? I mean, obviously, I love to remind them just about how hard your team members are always out there working, doing maintenance, and keeping our parks looking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if there's one thing, it's just being active in our community, right? Getting out, experiencing what we provide, you know, for our community residents, all the guests that are in the area, you know, experiencing those maybe during times that aren't as busy as July also are really important. So it's that year-round opportunity to get out, get on a trail, get in one of our community centers, get involved in one of our programs. We have such great programs and services as well from our recreation division, from our cultural services group. There's so many different ways you can get involved. If you want to volunteer, you know, we have so many different opportunities for that too. You can get back to your community, create community through meeting other people. I think that's, you know, a big part of enhancing our quality of life here is what we do from Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services.
Yeah,
so we're excited about those opportunities and love to have everybody get involved.
Get involved. That's great. And you can start by visiting the website, coloradosprings.gov/Park and Rec Month, and then following them on social media. That's a great place to start. And this is a perfect time to start. July is a great time to dive in because there's so much offered. So good luck to you. So we'll have you back, right, in a few months, or I don't know when.
Sure.
You could tell us how it's going. And I know we have a lot of your team members on here, and they do a great job of talking about the different things that they're up to. And we're so appreciative of the great work they do. So thank you. And good luck with your new team. Thank you all so much for listening, and have a great day.